You already watch YouTube, so let's make you a swordsman. You watch YouTube for hours on end, and you might think that you're not a swordsman. But bro, I had a realization the other day that most of you think that you're not even close to starting out your HEMA journey. But to be honest, you've consumed so much HEMA content, maybe on this channel, on generally on YouTube, that you're closer to being a swordsman than you think. Seriously, you're already halfway there. You just don't realize it. If you don't know me, my name is Michael Kozin, and I've trained longsword for 2.5 years in historical European martial arts, in short, HEMA. And my mission is to help you to stop playing video games or just doom scrolling and start to do the real thing by yourself outside, even when it's winter now. I fought in tournaments and I know how hard it is to stick to this real craft. But that's why we do it. That's why we stick to it. That's why we train it, because it's fun and it's fulfilling. And everything that I teach you is based on my experience, on my real hits, on my real losses. Everything that I do, now I'm teaching you in these videos. And by the way, if you like this channel and the things that I'm talking about, you can check out the link in the description. And through this, you can support this channel to grow even further. But also you can access more specific things on how to start your longsword journey. I've created a course inside of this community, so check out the link in the description. So coming back to the video, my first point is that I already helped you out. By that I mean you've already watched maybe 5 or 10 videos of me talking about HEMA and showing you different exercises and so much more. Maybe you've generally watched different channels about HEMA or just longsword practice. So you know very well how to search for this information, how to search the actual solo drills, maybe some tips, some knowledge that you need at the beginning. So there are resources that you can search and you're already good at it. So naturally by that you understand more about longsword than 99% of people worldwide, which is astonishing. But of course you have to do something with this knowledge, not just consume it. So by that I mean that you already know the basics like footwork, guard, like basic cuts and strikes, maybe some pairing techniques. So you're not a future beginner, you're a pre-beginner. You're already being shaped by the content that you're consuming. So my second point is that you're already a master at consuming content. So let's be honest. You've consumed maybe around 5,000 hours of YouTube content, or maybe even double that, 10,000. Yes, minimum than 10,000. And it's not even YouTube, it's Twitch, it's TikTok, Instagram, all of it. You're already good at consuming and analyzing, optimizing each content, each information that you're consuming. Your brain is naturally trained to absorb this information and to maybe remember it for your future self. So, bro, that's how the actual brain of martial artist looks like. You're absorbing the knowledge and then you're using it later on. Maybe not right away, of course, because it's hard to do some kind of specific advanced longsword technique right away. But after some time, you may start to use it like naturally because you already know about it. So that's what I mean. You're not lazy. You're already disciplined, but your discipline was hijacked by these companies that use your attention. My third point is that you already know the blueprint to training longsword. You know what to practice, what to train, because I've already created different videos that you can just copy into your training. Like You know that you have to train footwork, that you have to train intention, so reflexes, that you have to train strikes. I know that defense is somewhat hard to train without a partner, but as a solo like driller, a solo beginner, you already have the blueprint in front of you. You just have to take action. The missing piece in you is just taking action, taking the initiative to train. Because you already know the mindset, you already know these solo drills, you already know the common beginner mistakes that I tell you about. So you know how to do it. You just need to take action. You know that you need a padded longsword. You know that you need a fencing mask. A padded longsword specifically go now. Like I already told you about it. But maybe you don't just take action. That's the missing piece. My next point is about that you have to commit to your training. There is no easy way out. Not perfectly, not without making mistakes, but you have to show up. You have to commit to you training, even solo, even outside when it's freezing. Like I am right now, I'm a bit freezing right now. You don't have to train each day for several hours. All you need is to build up a momentum through training 1 or 2 times per week. And yes, my next point is about consistency. You have to stay consistent in this training. You will lose and you will fail, but that's the part of the training, is the part of the journey that you have to just accept. None of us is perfect. We are all just humans. So, by that definition, you can't become a master without failing at the beginning or even being an advanced fencer. I still fail lots of times. And best guys that are fighting with a longsword for, I don't know, maybe they've started around 10 years ago. These guys are the people who were struggling the most. And they still struggle, just like all of us. But we stay committed to this art. Consistency beats a talent. Consistency also beats motivation. Consistency is the key to becoming a master in someone. All you need is to just have this consistency mixed with discipline. After that, after getting a result, you start to build up a motivation inside of you. Because you don't start with motivation in sword fighting. Never. You don't start with taking the initiative in your mind. You take the initiative by doing the thing. So, by that, I mean, you don't think about doing it. You just do it. You're not the thinker, you're a doer. You do the actual thing, not just think about it. My next point is that you have to put the intention into this. Without the intention, your lazy strike won't land, or your lazy guard won't save you. So you have to put the intention into each of your action. And that's how you level up the sword fighting skill. Without intention and just showing up after some time when you've started, you have to put the intention to actually train some specific things about sword fight, like getting better at defensive guards or getting better at footwork. But as I said, I already talked about these things that you can train by yourself. Like you don't always even need a partner to do it. Of course, defense is about defending from your partner, but you can put the intention into training your strikes or some different action, like the offensive one, even with a dummy. I already talked so much about this. I've created so many videos about it. But some of you don't just put the intention into it, which frustrates me a bit. But I know that you may not feel like it. But to be serious with you, you're way closer than you think. You're way closer to being a real swordsman because you know what to train. You already know. Maybe you're just deluding yourself from it with, I don't know, scrolling or just getting hijacked by these companies. So you have to use your intention, you have to use your focus to actually progress further. So don't lose hope. Never lose the hope. By that, I also mean that you have to also be patient. Without patience, you will not reach your potential. Even at the start, if you lose your patience, you will not get the technique right because you have to build your skill brick by brick, like day by day. You're not starting from zero. You know what to train. You just watch me do it. So now you have to do it yourself. You're way closer than you think. You know visually how to sword fight. You already seen me doing it. And you know what to train. All that you need is to step into the arena yourself, to pick up a longsword and start doing it yourself. Because you already have the resources to train it, even by yourself. Alright, brothers, before you click off of this video, let me tell you something. If you've watched this video until up to this moment, then something is waking up in you, and I'm sure of it. Like, you're not watching sword fighting content just for entertainment. You're not just consuming it to feel a funny, fuzzy feeling inside of your tummy. You're watching it because you want to learn something. You want to become a swordsman. And that's why I really want to help you out. So, of course, I don't have anything other to sell you than just my program and community mixed with each other, which is from gamer to swordsman, where inside I have my course for total beginners just like you, where I go deep into each of these topics on how to actually progress your longsword skill. It's a step by step roadmap for total beginners without any experience in HEMA or any other martial arts. And if you're a gamer, you'll get these techniques way faster. I already helped 10 guys inside of this school community. So I really recommend you to check out the link in the description. And if you just want to support this channel for me to grow it even further, then that's how you can support me. So if something inside of your chest is telling you that it is your moment to start it, then don't hesitate. Hesitation leads you to losing it or fighting. Take the real step. Join our community, our brotherhood of guys, and start to train this craft, this longsword techniques with us, with my feedback, with my help, and with help of the other guys inside of this community. Yeah. And remember, always take the initiative.